What is your source of that gratitude?
My source is that I was extremely fortunate with the luck of the DNA game and outrageous levels of remarkable parenting by my mom. That's me. That's me. That's why I stand up here today, not thinking anything of me. All these things that I'm spewing, I'm just a vehicle passing through what my mom gave to me, and I'm sure she got, like, I don't think there's anything special about me. I know what I'm saying is special and important. I know a lot of other people know it to be true. I have so much judgment on me in the world because I am obsessed with talking about positive things in a world where anger and darkness is loud and happiness is quiet. What you're seeing on the mainstream media and social media is the loud, dark minority. The problem is the quiet, happy majority is quiet. If you're happy, do me a favor, share it. And not flex it. Don't show them you're happy with your Porsche, Rick. Talk about real shit. This is real talk here.
And I remember listening to you on a podcast. I think maybe the moment where I truly fell in love with Garyvee, and you said your greatest gift was being the son of immigrant parents.
100%.
And
adversity is the foundation of success. This macro prosperity is the foundation of anxiety. You don't worry about everything we talk about in society when you don't have food.
how did you get, if you ever were in this space of doubt and fear and insecurity, how did you get out of that bubble?
The most insecure place I've ever been in was the fear of confrontation, which blows people's mind because on stage and public persona, candor is my strength. But in real life, I hated candor because my father was very aggressive with candor, but very negative.
Interesting.
And I wasn't able to separate the vehicle he was deploying the candor in from the value of candor. So for 25 years of my career, I was anxious every time I decided somebody had to get fired. It completely put me into spirals. I would avoid it. It was always sloppy. To a T, every person that's ever been close to me in business that works for me or worked for me that doesn't love me is based on one thing, my inability to be candorous. And it's been a very big shift for me in the last 3-4 years. The new book is called 12 and a half. It's about 13 attributes, but I call it 12 and a half because I'm only halfway through my journey on kind candor. And I needed to create the word kind in front of candor to even begin to deploy candor. And it has led to an incredible amount of unhappiness in my life and career was my inability to be candorous, which is wild because my content is incredibly candorous because I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to everybody. But when it's Steve or Sally or Johnny or Nicole or Karen, it was very hard for me. And so now I do it.
Would you change anything about your journey or your process, even the negative moments, the life-changing moments, the things that you didn't love, if you're here right now and you could?
Of course not. Of course not. It would be crazy.
Yeah, I love that. I agree. It's all about the process.
The number one, people looking backwards, dwelling, it's over. I don't know if you guys heard, we have not invented time machines yet. You're not going back anyway. People sit and dwell and they make these subjective calls. This keeps going back to the theme of tonight. They make subjective calls that's where their life got ruined. And they decide that's where their life got ruined for 47 years, they think about it. I think I'm incredibly grateful. And I always do a fun game with myself, which is maybe something on paper would have been something great, but maybe that would have led me to going over here and that's where I would have gotten hit by a bus. I believe in that.
I do too.
I'm very imaginative of it could be worse. It could be worse. It's just completely one big game of gratitude. And I come and do this because I'm passionate about one person in this audience emailing me in 9 years saying I was in Edmonton in 2021 and I wasn't grateful. You're right. I was spoiled. I was entitled. I was delusional. And I practiced it and it changed my life. I believe in that because I'm on the receiving end of that now, 15 years later. I like it. It feels good. It makes me feel nice. It's a better feeling. It's when you're full, when you're good, you have nowhere to go but trying to make it good for everybody else. Which is why I know that I have to deploy sympathy and empathy for everyone who's mean to me because they're not good. They're hurt. So they're trying to drag me down to be hurt with them. People struggle with negative comments. I'm gonna make you get real comfortable with negative comments on social media and in life. They're hurt. Don't feel bad for you, feel bad for them. They're showing you their hand. They're upset, they're hurt.
When you are in your 40s and you've created a life of stability, how do you find it in yourself to jump off the cliff into the unknown? Oh, great question.
By not believing some level of financial success is actual stability.
That's a scary cliff, because we're bred to believe that money is what's gonna give us happiness and everything we need. I know.
I disagree. I disagree so adamantly you can't imagine.
Okay, tell us.
You know, that question, when I hear it, I'm like, that's the only thing I know. The only thing I strive for is enjoyment of my process. All these cliche sayings, they're reasons that they're cliche sayings. They're grounded in things that are really real to certain human beings. Like, love the process is like the realest thing to me in the world. It's all I've ever known. It's why I was so bad at school. I understood its importance on paper. I just hated the process. I'm out. Incapable. Lazy. Like, I love everyone's like, Gary's the hustle guy. The first 18 years of my life, all I was told was I was lazy. I just didn't like it. Now everyone's like, oh, too much. I'm like, you can never do too much of what you love. My work is like your golf. My work is like your skiing. My work is like your watching movies. My work is like your cooking. My work is like your working out. I love it.
Do you think that appreciation and that state of energy that you're in only creates more space of abundance to come in for you because you're in that constant state?
Of course.
Yeah, I love that.
And everybody sees it now and they're like, yeah, I'd love it too if I fucking made $1 million doodling on a paper. I get it. What you don't get is that this was the same person I was from 22 to 34 when I was building a huge business for my parents and had to start over at 34. You didn't see me at 29 schlepping a box in a liquor store into somebody's car and building a huge business for my dad and starting at 34 for myself. You didn't see me then. You see me now. You didn't see me at 32 working 17 hours a day in December because it's retail and it's the wine business, and going in the basement to find a case of Pinot Noir that nobody could find because we didn't have a good system. You didn't see me. And I was exactly this happy because I liked my game. People want excuses, but the reality is if we can all get to a place of genuinely enjoying it,